Passage 3 for English 11 Final Exam. Early American Fur Trappers. The myth of the early American mountain men paints a picture of romance, adventure, and intrigue. In reality, most mountain men were fur traders acting to participate in a tough business that sent them for months at a time to the vast rivers and mountains of the American West. For the most part, beaver pelts were the primary target of these unconventional businessmen, as beaver hats and coats were all the rage in early American towns and cities. While some fur trappers and traders traveled alone, many worked together in groups for a particular trading company. The Hudson Bay Company, well known throughout Europe, was the world's first and largest fur trading company. Its people were in charge of buying for the company, would rendezvous at designated sites in America where trappers presented furs in exchange for money or essential goods. While the mountain man appeared to personify rugged individualism, he was completely dependent upon his ability to trap wild animals and therefore relied upon consumer demanding for those pelts. While some of the trappers were employing a particular fur company, others chose to be freelancers. Men hired directly by a fur company were called engagers, and all furs they obtained were company property and not for personal gain. The free trapper was the most autonomous of all. He trapped wherever and with whomever he chose. He also traded or sold his furs at his own discretion. Although the fur trappers were considered by their peers to be tough and hardy because of their ability to endure the hardships of mountain living, many of these mountain men eventually succumbed to those hardships. Okay, let's go back to question 31. Same deal. The first choice will be no change. That means if the word that is underlined or the phrase that is underlined is correct, you select no change. Otherwise, you choose between the other three choices. So we're talking about American mountain men paints a picture. The myth of the early American mountain men. Is that A, no change, B, paint, C, will paint, or D, painting? 32, talking about acting to participate. Is that F, no change, G, participating, H, who, acting to participate, or J, choosing to act and participate? 33, find that little 33 right there at the top. At this point, right where that number is, the writer is considering adding the following sentence. While not inexpensive, harvesting beaver pelts from North America was far cheaper than importing them from across the ocean. Would this be relevant to make here? A, yes, because the writer needs to establish that beaver pelts were very expensive. B, yes, because the sentence emphasizes the importance of the American mountain man's contribution. C, no, because the paragraph focuses on the American mountain man, not beaver pelts. Or D, no, because beaver pelts from other countries cost more than those obtained in America. 34, talking about the world's first and largest, just first and largest. Is that F, no change, G, first and largest, H, first and largest, or J, first and largest? 35. People who were in charge of buying for the company. Is that A, no change, B, product buyers, C, buyers of products, or D, buyers? 36. So we're looking at the end of that essential goods sentence. Given that all of the following sentences are true, which one should be placed here to offer a logical explanation for why trappers sometimes traded their furs for goods instead of money? Is it F, while mountain men were skilled hunters and could capture their own food, they still needed many suppliers in order to survive? G, many Indian tribes were willing to trade goods and supplies with the mountain men? H, some mountain men had families back in the cities and towns, so money was important? Or J, trappers enjoyed trading goods and supplies among themselves as long as the Hudson Bay Company approved? 37, we're talking about appear to. Is that A, no change, B, appeared to, or C, appear, or D, appears to. 38, we're talking demanding. Should that be F, no change, G, their demand, H, demanded, or J, demand? 39, talking employing. Is that A, no change, B, under the employment of, C, employed by, or D would be to delete that word completely? 40, we're talking hired directly, comma, by a fur company. Should that be F, no change, G, hired directly by a fur company, H, hired directly by a fur company, J, hired directly by a fur company? 41, and not for personal gain. Is that A, no change, B, that were given directly to the company, C, and did not belong to them, or D, delete that whole thing completely? 42, we're talking about all, semicolon, he. So it would be read, most autonomous of all, he trapped, etc., etc. 42, F, no change, G, all, colon, H, all, comma, he, or J, all he? 43, we're talking because of. Would that be A, no change, B, in regards with, C, regards to, or D, irregardless of? 44, we're talking succumb. Would that be F, no change, G, succumbing, H, will be succumbing, or J, succumbed? Question 45 asks about the preceding passage as a whole. 45, suppose the writer had intended to write an essay that explores the myth of the American mountain man. Would this essay successfully fulfill the writer's goal? A, no, because the essay focuses on American myths in general, not just the myth of the American mountain man. B, no, because American mountain men did not actually exist. C, yes, because the writer explains how the American mountain man story is really a myth. Or D, yes, because the writer discusses the contrast between the romantic mythical side of the mountain man's life and the reality of his job.